Okay. Everything seems good. The only thing is my eyes, which it's always an issue. Particular today, but yeah. Further ado, let me just talk about. Let me just talk about this weather now. Okay, let's see where I left off. Brave, fire, flooding, coastal. Yep. Alright, submarine, yeah, it covered that. Yeah, there's also temperature, so let's see. Wind chill, I know, I haven't gone to wind chill nor aviation, then there's tropical weather. Alrighty. I already know where to go to. Freezing spray, yeah. Hazardous weather, small crafts advisory, yeah, remembering this. But for temperatures, I remember this. Yep, haven't gone through there yet. Well, without further ado, onward to temperature. See also wind chill section below. Yeah, severe weather terminology, United States. Yeah, it's under here. No, what the? Okay, alright. Excessive heat warning. Yeah, I have something in my eyes still, so I'm gonna squint a bit. Well, to further ado, excessive heat warning (MPW). Maximum heat index (HI) values are forecast to meet or exceed locally defined warning criteria for more than 3 hours over at least 2 consecutive days. Excessive heat warnings are issued within 12 hours of the onset of the following heat index (HI) values criteria. Specific criteria varies among local weather forecast offices due to climate variability, and the effect of excessive heat on the local population. Typical HI values are maximum daytime temperatures above 105 to 110 Fahrenheit, 41 to 43 Celsius for up to 3 hours per day, with minimum nighttime temperatures above 75 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. Criteria may vary slightly by county warning area. For 2 consecutive days, warning criteria might be lowered to the issuing WFO. The heat event occurs early in the season during a multi-days heat wave during a widespread power outage occurs during a heat event due to severe weather phenomenon such as high winds, severe thunderstorms, or a derecho. I don't know what derecho is. Let me see what it is. But yeah, derecho, yeah, it does sound. I'm not saying it right. Let's see. Derecho. A windstorm that is accompanied by a quickly moving, usually bound-shaped band of showers or thunderstorms. Excessive heat watch (NPW) conditions are available for an excessive heat event with extreme heat index values during the day, combined with nighttime low temperatures of 80 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius, or higher than limited precipitation recovery are forecast to occur to meet or exceed local excessive heat warning criteria in the next 24 to 72 hours. Extreme cold warning (MPW) forecast shelter temperatures of -50 Fahrenheit, -46 Celsius, colder and air temperature remains below -40 Fahrenheit, -40 Celsius, up to the 700 MB 24 in hits level for 3 or more consecutive days. I don't know what the in hit stands for. Yeah, -40 Fahrenheit to -40 Celsius. That's something I always remember because Fahrenheit and Celsius, they all have the same temperature for -40. That's pretty much it. That's the only thing I know about the temperature used with in the US here Fahrenheit and Celsius for most of the world. Alrighty. MBINH, yeah, keep that in mind. Only issued by weather forecast offices in Alaska. Elsewhere, an extreme cold warning can be issued by local weather forecast offices as the experimental product using locally appropriate thresholds, usually with little or no wind. The product was first used experimentally by the weather forecast offices in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota from January into April 2011. The extreme cold warning and the wind chill warning products will be consolidated into a singular extreme cold warning product for use by WFOs in the rest of the contemporaneous United States in 2021, accounting for NWS software upgrades. NWS, National Weather Service software upgrades. Extreme Cold Watch, NPW. Where is the P in cold? Extreme Cold Watch. National P Weather. Conditions are favorable for an extreme cold event to meet or exceed local extreme cold warning criteria only issued by weather forecast offices in Alaska. Freezing warning, MPW/FZW. Minimum shelter temperatures are forecast to be 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius or below over a widespread area within 12 to 36 hours. Regardless of whether frost concurrently develops or heat, vegetation, and other exposed surface freeze warnings and are usually issued to highlight freezing occurring during the locally defined starting ending periods of the growing season is determined by the average dates of the first freeze of autumn and the last freeze of spring, and will be intermediately issued when appropriate until the end of the growing season based on criteria set by the Weather Forecast Office. Freeze Watch, MPW. Issued during the locally defined growing season when conditions are favorable for a freeze event that may damage or kill crops, meet or exceed freeze warning criteria within 24 to 48 hours. Frost Advisory, MPW. Issued during the locally defined growing season with minimum shelter temperatures are forecast to be near or slightly above freezing, 30 to 36 Fahrenheit, 1 to 2 Celsius over an excessive area, a night with good radiational radiation. Okay, yeah, man. I am confused with this word. I was figuring it's rational, but I don't know. Let me see the pronunciation. Protection? Oh. Yeah, the active process of radiating. Radiational. Radiation. Yeah, there's radiation. And yeah. Radiational. Radiation has like a nucleus of radioactive elements. Radiational. Okay. Yeah, this keeps on linking me to just radiation itself, so it looks like it's just radiational. It's a word that people won't use though, so yeah. Just gonna play.
Radiational.
Yeah, it's just radiational. Alrighty, excessive areas on nights with good radiational cooling conditions, e.g., light winds and clear skies, widespread frost can be expected. Frost advisories are usually issued to highlight frost events occurring during the locally defined starting and ending periods of the growing season and will be intermittently issued when appropriate until the end of the growing season based on criteria set by the Weather Forecast Office. Hard freeze warning, MPW. Minimum shelter temperatures are forecast to be 28 Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius, or below over a widespread area during the growing season. A hard freeze may occur with or without frost. Temperature criteria may vary slightly in some county warning areas. Hard freeze watch, MPW. Conditions are favorable for widespread sub-freezing temperatures that would meet or exceed hard freeze warning criteria within the next 12 to 48 hours during the locally defined growing season. Heat advisory, MPW. High heat index HI values are forecast to meet or exceed locally defined warning criteria for 1 or 2 days. Specific criteria vary over different county warning areas due to climate variability and the effect of excessive heat on the local population, usually issued within 12 hours of the onset of conditional advisory criteria. Typically, HI values are maximum daytime temperatures above 100 to 115 Fahrenheit, 38 to 26 Celsius. Okay, now I see. Yeah, 38 Celsius is actually pretty hot. Yeah, pretty hot, pretty high. So around 30. Yeah, that's it's considered a bit hot. For up to 3 hours per day, with minimum nighttime temperatures falling within or above the range of 75 to 80 Fahrenheit, 24 to 27 Celsius. Okay, so 80 is pretty hot. Yeah, that's pretty hot. It's 27 Celsius. When I hear that in the country, it's like, ooh. Depending on county warning area criteria, for 2 consecutive days, warning criteria may be lowered by the issuing WFOs if the heat event occurs early in the season, during a multi-day heat wave, or during a widespread power outage occurring during the heat event due to severe weather phenomenon such as winds, severe thunderstorms, or a derecho. Alright, now we're on to wind chill. Wind chill warning, MPW. Extreme wind chill is capable of causing life-threatening medical conditions such as severe frostbite and hypothermia, or death associated with accelerated heat loss from exposed skin are imminent or occurring. The apparent temperature and wind speed criteria vary significantly over different county warning areas based on climate variability. This product will be deprecated. This product will be deprecated sometime in 2021 and be superseded by the extreme cold warning product, which will include dual criteria for extreme wind chill and actual temperature values, and have its use expanded to WFOs elsewhere in the contaminous United States. Particular dangerous situation wind chill warning, MPW. Extreme low wind chills of -30 Fahrenheit, -34 Celsius, or lower, creating a enhanced risk of frostbite, hypothermia, and deaths are imminent or occurring. Okay, wind chill advisory. These are hyperlinks, yet they're not showing anything. Okay, now they're showing something. Take some time to load. Yeah, one chill advisor is a hazardous weather statement issued by the Weather Forecast Offices (WFO). Okay, Weather Forecast Offices of the National Weather Service (NWS). I know that in the United States to alert the public that wind chills are forecasted to reach values low enough that it possesses the right to human life, and its life is, if adequate protection is. Okay, yeah, it's actually different. The definition is different. Yeah, it even says here, it even has this. An example. The following is an example of the wind chill advisory issued by the National Weather Service (NWS) office in Detroit, Michigan. 920 WW was 43. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Wind chill advisory. MPW. Dangerous wind issues making it feel very cold are imminent or occurring. The apparent temperature and wind speed criteria vary significantly over different county warning areas based on climate variability. Wind chill watch. NPW. Extreme wind chills that are capable of causing life-threatening medical conditions associated with accelerated heat loss from exposed skin are possible within the next 12 to 48 hours. The apparent temperature and wind speed criteria vary significantly over different counties' warning areas. Oof. Okay. Aviation. The following advisories. Instead of it. Yeah. It's advisories. But pronouncing it after just looking at it, it's pretty confusing. Aviation. Following advisories are issued by the National Weather Service Aviation Weather Center outside of Alaska, or Alaska Aviation Weather Unit. Atmospheric ash plume advisories warnings are issued by the United States Geographic Survey Aviation Color Codes. Oh, okay. Center Weather Advisories, CWA. Advisories issued within conditions just below severe SIGMET criteria. CWAs are issued for thunderstorms, turbulence, icing, and ceilings, and visibility limits. IFR. Ooh, close. Instrument Flight Rules. IFRs is one of the two sets of regulations governing all aspects of civil aviation aircraft operations. The other is Visual Flight Rules. VFRs. Flight Rules Visual. SIGMET. Significant Meteorological Information. SIG advises of weather that is potentially hazardous to all aircraft and is affecting or is forecasted to affect at least 3,000 square miles, 8,000 kilometers. Yep. SIGMET. Convective SIGMET. SIG implies severe or greater turbulence, severe icing, and low level wind shear. Issued for severe surface weather, including surface winds greater than or equal to 50 knots, 93 kilometers, 58 miles per hour. Hail at the surface greater than or equal to 3.4 inch, 19 millimeters in diameter, or tornadoes, embedded thunderstorms, line of thunderstorms greater than or equal to VIP level 4, affecting 4% or more of an area, at least 3,000 square miles, 7,800 kilometers. Non-convective SIGMET, SIG. These SIGMETs may be issued for severe icing, severe or extreme turbulence, dust storms, or sandstorms lowering visibilities to less than 3 miles, 5 kilometers, or volcanic ash. SIGMET advisors Advisories are issued for 6 hours during hurricanes and 4 hours for other weather-related events. Volcanic Ash Advisories, VAA, advisory issued for all ash plumes detected by satellite imagery, including the location of the volcano, location and / description of ash plum, forecast at 6, 12, and 18 hours, and a graphic of the ash plum location / forecast. VAAs are issued by Volcanic Ash Advisory Center in Anchorage, Alaska, and Washington, contiguous United States, Caribbean, Central America, most of the North Pacific, and South America north of 10 South. Contiguous United States. What is contiguous? Okay. The contiguous United States, or officially the contemporaneous United States, consists of the 48 adjoining United States on the continental of the United States. Yeah, the term excludes the non-contiguous states of Alaska and Hawaii and all other offshore insular areas, territories, such as American Samoa, U.S., Virgin Islands, and then you have America. Yeah, American Samoa, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. I feel like I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting a few other territories, but I can't think of that. Most of it is around where American Samoa is. I don't know. Maybe I might get to the part of geography more then. Oh, definitely. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yep. So contentious. I usually say mainland, but oh well. Airport weather warning AWW addresses weather phenomenon including but not limited to surface wind gusts above or around or above 40 knots, freezing rain, heavy snow, or thunderstorms producing cloud to ground lightning within 5 miles, 8.0 kilometers of the airport, and or 1/2 inch, 1.3 centimeters hail, capable advisory affecting ground operations or regional and international airports intended for the use of airport managers, fixed base operators, airline ground personnel, and other personal responsibility for the safety of ground operations. Tropical weather. Tropical? Now let me see the time. Okay, I still have plenty of time. Tropical weather. See also tropical cyclone warnings and watches in the Western Hemisphere. This is a weird symbol that's drawn here. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be ampersand, but it looks pretty weird. It's like two S's that are just close together and conjoined. Tropical storm warning TRW. Tropical storm conditions. Gale and storm force sustained winds of 34 to 63 knots. 39 to 72 miles per hour, 63 to 117 kilometers are expected within the specific coastal or inland areas within 36 hours, 24 hours for Guam, as locally defined by the Baragati-based WFOs. Yeah, Guam is... Well, American Guam. Is there another Guam? Because that's the thing I was confused. But yeah, something Guam is regulatory here. Oh, okay, this is Guam. Okay, so what I remember... I'm just gonna say this. Well, I remember there's like 5 U.S. territories. So Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, and Guam. What is the other one? It's not the Sentinels or something like that. What I remember is that it's one that is also in the Pacific Ocean, but I forgot what it is. The Maritime Islands? Marine? I don't know much about the Pacific. and Oceania and Geography. Okay, Dooku. Yeah. In advance or the forecast onset of tropical storm force winds, these winds may be accompanied by storm surge and coastal and or river flooding. Tropical storm warnings may be issued in association with a subtropical or post-tropical cyclone. Tropical Storm Watch TRA. Tropical storm conditions. It's like a deja vu, but gale and storm force sustained winds of 34 to 63 knots, 39 to 72 millimeters per hour, 63 to 117 kilometers are possible with the Pacific coastal or inland areas within 48 hours in advance of the forecast onset of tropical storm force winds. These winds may be accompanied by storm surge and coastal and or river flooding. Tropical storm watches may also be issued in association with a subtropical or post-tropical cyclone. Hurricane warning HUW. Hurricane conditions: sustained winds of 64 knots, 74 miles per hour, 119 kilometers or greater are expected with a specific coastal or inland area within 36 hours in advance of the forecast onset of tropical storm force winds. A hurricane warning can remain in effect if dangerous high storm surge or a combination of dangerous storm surge and waves continue, even with winds fall below hurricane criteria. This product is issued as a cyclone warning by NWF's forecast office in Barragata, Guam. Barragata, Guam, which uses a 24-hour maximum lead time before the onset of tropical storm force winds. Hurricane Watch HUA. Hurricane conditions: sustained winds of 64 knots, 74 miles per hour, 119 kilometers or greater are possible within a specific coastal or inland area within 48 hours in advance of the forecast onset of tropical storm force winds. This product is issued as a typhoon watch by the NWS forecast office in Barragata, Guam. Deja vu and it's part the Tropical Weather Forecast Agency, the Central Pacific Hurricane Center. I got pretty excited with me just rereading all this. Hurricane Local Statement HLS issued by NWS. NWS is the National Weather Service. I learned that because I keep on saying and reading out this the entire time in this long Wiki article. Or is it just long because I feel like it's just long? Issued by NWS. Yep. Weather forecast offices for hurricane threatened zones within the office's warning area, providing detailed weather conditions, evacuation decisions made by local law enforcement, and emergency management agencies, and other necessary safety precautions for residents in the cyclone's path. Alright, I have 2 minutes left. Oh, cool. I have this. Alright. I might as well trade. Yeah, let me actually read this with my voice. And I'm trying to read it fast to see if there's any issues. After. If I can even speak very fast. Like when I put a voice. Alright. Extreme weather warning, EWW. An extreme wind event producing sustained surface winds of 100 knots, 120 miles per hour, 190 kilometers per hour, or greater associated with the eye wall of a major hurricane, Category 3 or higher on the Stirrith-Simpson scale. Non-convective winds, downslope winds, or a derecho is occurring or expected to occur in the specific coastal or inland area within 1 hour. Extreme wind warnings, which should be issued no prior than 2 hours before the onset of extreme winds, are not issued by WFOs located within the Pacific Basin. Alright. Extreme wind warning, EWW. An extreme wind event producing sustained surface winds of 100 knots, 120 mil per hour, 190 kilometers per hour, or greater associated with the eye wall of a major hurricane, category 3 or higher on the Sturriff-Simpson scale on non-convective winds, downslope winds, or a derecho is occurring or expected to occur in the specific coastal or inland area within 1 hour. Extreme winds warning, which should be issued no prior than 2 hours before the onset of extreme winds, are not issued by WFOs located within the specific basin. Okay. Gotta do that again. Gotta practice more. But I'm getting there. Alright. Other than that, take care.